Ladies and gentlemen,
Evening.
Good evening.
I am going to start out, not to depress everyone, but today is 9/11. And today is a day that will be remembered throughout history in our country. 9/11 changed our country forever. I want to touch on some of the history of our country for just a few moments. When violence happens, when war happens, there are no winners. We all lose. So let me start. This is called Under the Table. I lived under the table back then. Only 2 years old, no room in the house. I ate under the table and just listened. Mama would tell me everything. She wanted me to know so I wouldn't be filled with fear. Men with guns would bring and bang on the door, dragging the elderly out of their houses onto the street, covering my ears so I can't hear the screams, covering my ears so I don't hear their feet scraping against the pavement. Then we would hear the guns, bang, 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 hearing the thud, hearing the bodies falling to the ground. It was our job to bury our dead. Papa looked down at me. Child, you won't see Grandma and Grandpa anymore. After 2 years, my uncle disappeared. Poof, gone like a magic act. Gone. Papa said, you won't see him anymore. Mama taught me how to behave in order to survive. She taught me how to speak in a whisper. Shh. Walk bravely. Put your hands behind your back. Never look them in their eyes. She taught me to survive. Soldiers would come. Houses were empty, guns blazing, bang, bang. I saw blood in the streets, blood running, forming into tiny little puddles, burying the dead, digging the graves for the dead. Soldiers pulling children from the arms of their parents, small children crying, Mama, Papa, showing no mercy, killing no mercy. Suddenly there was silence. You could have heard a pin drop. No laughter of children, only silence. They pushed us into the train car, crushed, standing, skin touching skin, sleeping upright, warm yellow liquid running down our legs. Mama held my hand, whispering, be silent. The next one. The next one is called A Country Invaded, and it's about the invasion of Ukraine. As the world watches your country being invaded, we see the eyes of the people filled with fear. Russian tanks rolling into the streets, showing no mercy. Bombs hurling from the sky, exploding in the streets. Children crying, clinging to the breasts of their mother. People praying to their gods, asking for release, mercy. You can hear the shouts, have mercy, asking for hearts to be softened, journeying through the ruins where homes once stood, now crumbling. War, it kills. What purpose does it serve? Smoke filling the air, smell of death surrounding the fields. Sunflowers hang their heads, folding their leaves as if in prayer. Turn towards the east in hope to see another sunrise. Once a field of roses, orchids, lilies, and chrysanthemums, fields of chamomile that scented the air. Now there is only the smell of death. Bodies dumped into trenches and the sound of mothers crying, questioning, asking, what purpose does this serve? And the next one is about 9/11. It's called Have You Been to Hell? Have you been to hell? First, it's the smell that permeates your nostrils. The smell of burnt flesh, dried blood, searching, hoping, all the while praying for a miracle. Methodically, lifting the rubble as so as not to hurt what lies beneath. Hoping that what lies beneath our survivors, pieces of flesh melted onto steel, body parts, tiny pieces lying beneath debris. Hell is here. Your soul is hurting. Your heart is aching. Gray. It's so gray. The darkness of it all. Rising. Smoke, soot, ashes. Hell is knowing that when within this dust are the ashes of the dead and the people we love. Next one is a song that I wrote. I'll try to cheer you up a little bit. Okay. It's called Please Don't Go. Please don't go, just stay a while. Please stay a while with me. Please don't go, I need more time. I want to show you how love can be. So take a breath and please don't go. I want you to know how love really feels. 'Cause I know life's been rough, life gets too tough. But just stay a while with me. You reached out your hand, please understand. Your lifeblood flows through me. So I think I'll stay a while with you. If you stay a while with me. Children, we love children, right? Everybody has children, grandchildren, children that they teach. They're just so cute sometimes. And so I actually wrote a little poem about my daughter, Sarah. She's my baby, so beautiful, my daughter, my Sarah Ann Catherine. You can see the mischief, determination, and love in her big blue eyes. She is very outgoing, smiles at strangers, and reaches her chubby little hand out to them. She's determined to do everything herself. She likes to dump the cat's water bowl over her head. And she uses him as a pillow. She loves to roughhouse with her brother, and when he gets too rough, she pulls his hair. Our favorite game is rubbing noses, and she laughs out loud when I rub noses with her. She's the light of my life and the hope of the world. It consumed you, waging war against you, this woman, this funny lady, this talented person. It buried itself inside you. Your anger showed. It burned rage deep inside you. You questioned, I questioned. Why me? Why her? Why anyone? No doubt, your rage keeps you fighting. We will fight this war. Friends fight wars, standing behind and beside each other, encouraging each other, holding each other, crying with each other, laughing with each other until one drops. Until one stands, until one cries. This one was precipitated by people being labeled. We label everything. We label everyone. We label every disease. You have every kind of happiness, every kind of sadness. 1,000 choices when you go to the store. It's all labeled. Aspirin for headaches, aspirin for pain, aspirin for colds, the whole 9 yards. So I wrote this, and it's called Caught in the Crossfire. Caught in the crossfire, shots being fired, running for your life. They all sat against the wall. There were at least 20 people. They were sitting with signs around their neck. One said, depressed. Another said, unloved. And yet another, abused. They went on and on. It was your choice. You pick. What do you want to learn? What do you want to be? What do you want to hear? You had time. There should be time limits on everything. 30 minutes. You had 30 minutes to tell your story. You had 30 minutes to love someone. And then you walked away. Caught in the crossfire. He made a fist. He aimed for the middle of her face. Only she ducked and his fist hit the wall. Caught in the crossfire. Working. Grease, oil, cars, fire exploding in his face, running, burning, face first in the snow. Caught in the crossfire. Meeting a stranger who captured her heart. She knew the truth. Wrenching sadness pulled at her heart. Hollow silence. Just a broken shell. She wondered if he knew that she would always love him. Caught in the crossfire. Crossfire kills. Am I depressing everybody? Oh Lord, let's get up and sing a song. Okay, next one. Conversation of the Dead. Voices of the dead keep running through the universe. They tried to call you, to tell you I no longer existed. Except you kept hanging up the phone. They couldn't leave a message. One voice said, you were too busy being busy. You had to keep moving. You had to keep busy. You couldn't sit down. You couldn't be bothered to ask if anything was wrong. Voices of the dead said, you were too busy making your life unlivable. You didn't have time for the person who really cared. You didn't have time for the person who was always there every morning with phone call. The voice said you always thought I was the strong one, but sometimes there is a straw that will break the camel's back. Sometimes it's one little thing that breaks you. It seems so trivial, but it's what broke me. You are screaming inside, and it's like no one hears you. No one understands, and they all end up standing around your coffin asking questions. Why? Why did they do it? What happened? They failed to see the signs. They failed to hear you because they were too busy with all the not very important things in their life. They weren't paying attention. They were busy, so busy. Voices of the dead scream out into the darkness, their voices reaching the stars, each little twinkle a cry from the voices of the dead. They scream into the darkness. That was their life. Only everyone thought they were busy, so busy. Falling and falling into another place, somewhere far away, missing you, no one to talk to, no one to listen to me. I miss you, and I'm falling, but where will I land? My child says, where is hell, Mommy? I say, down in the ground, thinking and wanting to say, here, hell is here, I'm in hell, this is hell, and I can't find my way out. I'm falling into a darker place. There is no laughter here, no joy, no peace. I'm falling since you left, but where am I? Does anyone really care? You did. You always did. You cared. But now I'm falling and no one is there to catch me. Help! I'm falling. Where will I land?
I know.
Bruises on my soul. She loved even when it hurt. Heart shut down. Heart stops. She couldn't explain the ache in her body. Bruises on her soul. She couldn't explain the pull. They stepped away. They came back. They loved. They made love. They loved each other. Bruises on her soul. She closed her eyes, seeing smoky eyes, gently touching his face, gently kissing his eyes. She felt herself falling, grabbing at thin air. He thought he could leave her. She thought she could leave him. Bruises on her soul. An iPhone. Oh, okay. I'll try to do this without falling off the chair. So, long distance relationships, aren't they fun? Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes, right? And so we're thousands and thousands of miles away from each other, and we're trying to have a relationship. And so, I wrote a song called When I Close My Eyes. When I close my eyes, you're invading all my dreams. All I ever hear is yes or no. Every day seems to be a struggle. I leave you and you leave me. But we come back, we always come back. Wonder how you feel, sleeping all alone. Thousands of miles, I pray that you come home. I always knew the truth, praying I'd be wrong. But my heart is bleeding now that you are gone. I feel your arms around me, but you're not really here. Why don't you come back? You always come back. When I close my eyes, you're invading all my dreams. All I ever hear is yes or no. Every day seems to be a struggle. I leave you and you leave me. But we come back, we always come back. Why don't you come back? Here we go again with children. It's called the little one. She darts down the hall, disappearing, reappearing behind a door. She yells, "Boo!" Her giggle comes from her toes, from innocence, from youth.
Aww.
The next one, actually, strangely enough, I've been taking writing classes like forever. And we were asked to take a piece of fruit or a vegetable and examine it for 20 minutes. What does it smell like? What does it look like? You know, what does it do, basically? So, I picked an apple. It's called the red sphere. You dangle, you dance with your face all warm from the sun. You sway back and forth, content and safe. Your stem, your umbilical cord. Suddenly, you are plucked from your perch. Hands clutch your red gold skin, your destiny unknown. You are a colored sphere that has traveled through history. Were you the object that tempted Eve? Did you feel her lips bite into your smooth skin? You have been in the midst of wars, watching the joys and sorrow of mankind, while dangling from the limbs of your mother. When we have children, we have firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn. One goes, "You like him better than me." You know, you have your children fighting all the time. Who do you like better, Mom? Who do you like better, Dad? No, you don't want to go there. I wrote this about my firstborn. His name's William. Right? Okay. He was my firstborn, my boy, my son, my joy, my love. He kicked hard in the womb, wiggling, poking, thrashing around and around and around, like he needed more room to grow, to be. He waited to come into this world 16 plus hours, long hours of deciding. Finally, they came, wheeling me into the room where they would take him, make him come into this world kicking and screaming. He screamed through the hallway, waking the others, biting at my breast, looking into my face. I loved him so. My life had changed. Suddenly, I was responsible, the protector, the feeder, the teacher, mother. Mother? My mother's words ringing in my ears. You won't know until you have your own. Your own. He's mine. He's ours on loan. I hope he will be with us forever. Forever, he will have my heart, my thoughts, my dreams, my hopes. He is my son, my boy, my firstborn. Yes, you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm pretty new to Fairfield. I came here because I'm taking classes at NIU. And most recently, we were asked to write a nature poem. So I decided to just take a little stroll in the town square. It's called My Little Town. I walk in the town square within my little town of Fairfield. Tonight it is quiet, barely a breeze. If you close your eyes and breathe deep, you can smell the ending of summer while getting just a little hint of the beginning of fall. The square is surrounded with oak, elm, and various types of other trees with leaves the color of olive, forest green, and spring green. Birds make their homes within the leaves of the trees, chirping a goodnight song while nestling within the branches of the surrounding trees and bushes. A white gazebo graces the middle of the square, making us reflect on the past, surrounded by small red roses and beautiful flowers, all orange, lilac, and yellow. And a plant graces the corner of the gazebo with purple, tan, feathery plumes, reminding me of a fountain gently spraying its water. I decide to rest on one of the benches made from stone with flecks of dark gray. The stars, they peek out from behind the clouds with their mixture of charcoal and dark gray. The sun hides behind the clouds, marking their edges in a bright white. Yes, tonight is a quiet night, a night when all of nature sleeps softly within my little town. Maybe I shouldn't do this one. It's called In the Quiet, and it's getting pretty quiet in here. Woo! Sleeping, crying, depressed, let's get the hell out of here. I don't know. So anyway, this is called In the Quiet. All right. In the quiet of the woods, you can hear the tree frogs sing, breathing the smell of sweet pine after a summer's rain, watching the flutter of the hummingbird's wings, hear the song of the cardinal calling to his mate. He sings, he gathers her, holding her as the night goes on. She is content to hear her lover's song. I sit quietly against the tree, your head resting upon my lap. You look up at me. With laughter in your eyes, I bend down and brush my lips against your cheek, putting my hand upon your chest. I feel the love that lives there. My knees feel weak. Peace settles in my heart. Moonbeams shine upon your face. Every line with my fingers I trace. Stay with me and live among the trees. Stay with me and love me as best you can. Show me your soul, and I will give you my hand.
Pam, 5 minutes.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
That's really good. Okay. I wrote this a very, very, very long time ago before all this stuff started happening in this world. My mother brought us up as, you know, who cares what you look like? Who cares what color they are? You know, bring them home. So that's what we did. And my kids experienced the same thing. And so I wrote this poem called Mixture. We are mixed like paints, colors blending, swirling, twirling, intermixing. We are different, yet the same. Wanting, yet each one different. Dreams forgotten, life too short, we converge, submerge like birds hiding in the sand. Touching, reaching, it seems to have been forgotten. Caring, sharing words of opalescence. Fear takes dreams, hate takes lives. Sitting on a shelf, covered with dust, paralyzed.
Yeah.
Spicy time. The meeting. Her legs wrapped around his, arms tangled together, silent faces searching for each other, like lightning hitting metal. Heat burned, their bodies burned. He invaded her dreams, dreams so real that she would get up in the middle of the night looking for him in the dark. The meeting was set. She kept letting out her breath. He was scared, she was nervous, both thinking, what if there is nothing? No feelings, no electricity, no spark. Time flew by, then time caught up. They stood face to face. Eyes were locked, fingers tangled together. He swallowed hard. She let out a breath. Her hand went to his chest. His lips went to her neck. Flames licked at her skin. She touched him. He invaded her dreams, dreams so real that she would get up in the middle of the night, finding him in the dark. And last but not least, this is called Colors. I am the color white for the purity of my heart. I am the color red for all the times I've bled. From sorrow, pain, and strife, I am the color green for all the beauty I have seen. Smelling the fragrant grass that grows beneath my feet. Buds of orange, yellow, and lilac too, the creation that God has made for me and you. Yet sometimes we are handed the color blue because life is always not so kind. And because it's not so kind, sometimes we get sad or blue. My baby left me, he left me late at night. He left me with the children, the house is such a fright. Oh baby, you know you give me the blues, but don't you come a-begging, 'cause I got bad news. If you think you're coming home anymore, don't you go knocking, knocking on my door, baby. You know you give me the blues. You can get down on your knees, but I ain't forgiving you. You say that you love me, but that's not true. Oh, baby, oh, baby, I'm telling you, oh, baby, you know you give me the blues. You can get down on your knees. I said, you can get down on your knees. You can say, honey,